Welcome everybody to episode 15! So yeah, that's like, what, 4 in a single day? All I've really been doing between this episode and last is making a ton of steel. Because, you know, you can never have too much steel. Especially rotary craft steel. Anywho, I figured I would take this time to kind of, outline a few other things. I got my room fixed, as you can see. I got something to take care of the liquid experience that gets gathered. The fans are running, so you got the little status indicator. If I turn it off, the spawners turn off, but so do the fans, unfortunately. So I gotta keep that thing on. And it should keep pushing the blazes and whatnot against the spikes, thereby killing them. Which, you know, that's good news for me, because that brings us one step closer to our good friend jet fuel. Now then, let's go upstairs. Oh, and what else do we need for jet fuel other than, you know, blaze rods and magma crumb? Well, for jet fuel, we will need the following. We've got blaze powder, magma creams, and ethanol. All very easy to get. The only three things we're going to need now are tar sand, which, as you can see from the Ore Dictionary name, you get from soul sand, netherrack dust, and coal. All really easy to get. The netherrack dust and tar sand you can only make with the grinder, so we're probably going to set up an AC engine with maybe a nice little gearbox to keep it running nice and quick to make those. All the stuff here usually runs multiple cycles, but you know, it's always good to get a nice bit of speed when you can. Now, how exactly are we going to make said netherrack and soul sand? Well, with essence of the nether, which, as you can see, or demonic blood if we were using witchery, but we're not. As you can see, essence of the nether, you can also use that to make nether quartz, which is very useful, wart, nether brick, and soul sand. Very, very handy. So, with that out of the way, let's get the coke. Alright, not the coke, idiot. The coal blocks I've been, you know, gathering up and stealing, because that's how I roll. And let's see down here what else we can get our hands on. Let's uproot these plants. We don't really need them right now, and if so, we can just replace them. We will need the coal plants, though. Again, to make the coal that we'll need to fuel our little fractionator friend. So, with that done, we're gonna need some fans, I believe. We're also gonna need a few other odds and ends. How long is this? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so yeah, I can do that. Boing, boing. Just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna put some water on the side here so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't get in the way, and it also doesn't get uprooted or whatever. So the crops don't get buggered. Okay. Now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna get the coal, put the yellowite in there for later, as well as the redstone. And let's see here, and get some dirt. Gonna get a hoe. And actually, let's just get a regular bucket. We've already got the water there, we just need to move it a block or two. So go downstairs. Let's come over here. There we go. And let's put one of the things there. We're gonna magnet this crap up, just to be safe. And while that'll probably cover this whole area, again, just to be on the safe side, we'll put another one there. And we'll just kind of hoover this one up. Save it for later. And we're going to get our dirt. Plonk, plonk. And we're going to get rid of this, which we don't need. And then we're going to hoe it. And click. There we go. Now then, the first thing we need, obviously, is coal. Coal is good. And the other two we'll need are, in fact, nether seeds. And we're going to need a lot more nether seeds than coal, so yeah, 703. So we need strong essence, seeds, and nether brick. How much brick have I got? 266. That should be more than enough. Wow, I don't have much essence though. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go see if I can't find me some essence. Well, that was mixed success. I came across a couple of useful ores. So, not a total wash. Got an uncrafting table from the Twilight Forest, which shall prove useful, I'm sure, if we ever wish to uncraft things, an ore magnet to drag things up. But I did not find what I was looking for. But that's not a huge problem. Why? Well, I remembered something. I know, it's a miracle. I remembered the biggest reason I love Mekanism. Well, yeah. We gonna have a lot of fun with that here shortly. Just let me put my crap in here. And put this in the chest to process. Came across a hollow hill. Had some fun. And portal splunged me into a wall. That's why you saw the game update notification. I had to cheat teleport back into the house before I died. In a wall, again. Which would have been unfortunate. Oh yeah, I need to check the blast furnace. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I like to see. Lots and lots of steel. Yeah. Anywho, back to the thing I like, which is not that arrow. Forgot to turn magnet off. The digital miner, for which, quite a while ago, I crafted upgrades, but never got around to actually making the damned thing. Like a genius, I forgot, honestly. I'm not even joking. I literally forgot about this thing until just now. So, let's see here. Please ignore the cat. He is being quite loud and annoying, but I can't really help that, unfortunately. But we need ourselves some sockets to make some of these, logistical transporters. Remember out of pistons for that. Lovely. Teleportation cores. That's 2 atomic alloy each. We need 2 teleportation cores. It's 4, so 6 total atomic alloy. Shut up. So we've got 6 reinforced alloy. I use that to make some of the higher tier Mekanism cabling. Again, please ignore the effing cat. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Gonna get some of this. Gonna enrich it, because apparently you enrich obsidian into dust and not crush it. Because how much sense does that effing make? And let's see here. We should have some compressed diamond, and you make that by just putting a diamond in an enrichment chamber. Now then, when you put a diamond in here normally, you only get 10 points of, well, diamond in there. With compressed diamond, you get 100 at the cost of only a single diamond. So, as you might have guessed, real handy. Real handy. And now that we've got that, we're gonna put that there, put the obsidian in there, and make ourselves some atomic alloy. There we go. Now, a few notes about the digital miner. It does take up a lot of energy. Like, I am not joking about how much power this thing will suck right up. Looks like we're going to need a bit more alloy. So, should have some more obsidian dust. There we go. That there, we'll just make as much as we can. Actually, I think I could have compressed that obsidian dust, but you know what? Whatever. The final thing we'll need is a robot, which we'll need 2 energy tablets. Now the robot, I forget exactly what this thing does, but from what I recall, it is quite handy. Well, damn. Let's see here. Got 6. That'll be bam bam. And we'll actually need to compress this with the osmium compressor, because we need a couple of obsidian ingots. Thankfully, we only really need 2, I think, so we're just going to do that. There we go. Got ourselves some obsidian ingots. Some refined obsidian. Alright, we got that, we got that. We got atomic alloys, we got that. We should have 2 spare chests and make an electric chest. That'll give us... Oh, and a cool thing about an electric chest, if you give it power, you can password lock it. And when broken, it keeps its inventory. There we go. Now then, that should be all we need to make our friend the digital miner. You're about to see why I love this thing so much. First off, let's get some cable. We've got advanced. That's not what we want. We want not basic, but elite. There we go. Capable of transferring 3200 RF a tick. A good amount of power. We're going to need it. Why are we going to need it? Because this thing, once upgraded, is a power-hungry mofo. I am really not kidding about this. It will eat the hell out of some power. But you know what? That's fine for what it does. Because what it does is pure unrestrained awesomeness. Well, actually, I could just put it upstairs. I don't need to put it downstairs where everything else is. In fact, we'll just put it right here. And it should be hooked up. Yep, hooked up to the power system. We're going to slot in our upgrades. And you see all this weird shit right here that probably makes absolutely no sense. This is its status. This is, you know, whether or not it's ready to actually work. Eject, if you put a, well, actually, let me there we go. Let's put the speed upgrades in there while we wait. And let's get ourselves a wrench, and we can turn this thing around. And once more. And this slot right here, if you put a chest there, it will output to that chest if you have eject on. Pull, if you put a chest here, it will pull from that chest if you have pull on. This here, you can key it to have a certain block that it will replace things with. So, you know, if you break an ore, it replaces it with, say, you know, cobblestone or whatever it has on hand. And 400 are, well, that's actually less than I had anticipated. Silk Touch. I think that works from this machine, at least, with, and that's not what I was looking for, with essence ore. Let's see here. Uses. Yeah, I can grind it. I can extract it. What can I use? Ooh, that's like a dozen essence. Let's try it. Radii, I think that's the radius, so we're gonna want to set this to actually no, let's do that. 1. Minimum 0 is fine. Max is what we really care about most. Max that out to 255. That gives it a huge, huge range. And we're going to do ore essence as an ore dictionary filter. And there you go. And just hit save. And you have other options here. You can give them, you know, an ore that you want it to search out from an item, a material. You know, I haven't used either of these two. These are new to me. So we may play with those a bit more. But since this thing is ready, Silk Touch is on. As you can see, it requires a lot more power. So, start. And it's not finding anything. So, it is, yes, full of power. Let's just experiment here. And again, like all mechanism machines, you can just take a pick to it and it'll be fine. It doesn't care. Let's put this in our house, maybe? See if it finds anything there. I really could not have picked all that, could I? Let me get a energy cube to store some power in and get it charged up, and I'll get back to you guys. And I return! Got ourselves an ultimate energy cube. She's full of power. Now then, we'll just kind of put this down somewhere right here. Well, apparently not do. Oh yeah, we'll just put it right here. And you can put energy things into this slot and it will draw from them. Very handy. Basically turns it into an incredibly portable mining platform. So, ignoring the creeper there, because to hell with him, let's just kinda go, I don't know, maybe here, and let's plop on down, start, and something is wrong here. Reset, config, 16 maybe, min 1, and start. There we go. As you can see, Silk Touch is silk touching the essence ore, which we can then put into a grinder and grind out even more essence. That's like a dozen essence a pop. But as you can see, this thing is hoovering up the power. It's using 6,000 RF a tick. Almost 6,100. That's a lot. But again, this thing is running at 9 times speed, and this is with max amount of energy upgrades. But as you can see, this thing runs real fast once fully upgraded, and it's just so damned useful. And what's this? I didn't even notice it before. Aww. Rest well, little buddy. That's sad. And we got essence ore. We can break this, and it'll keep the ore inside of it as well. And it worked. That makes me happy. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's see if it'll work now at home and abroad. Wait, no. So start, and there's 100 more. Why the hell not? And we're just gonna kind of. Actually, we'll probably place this in the world. In fact, let's just turn silk off for now. And while that's operate. And as you can see, yeah, using like 6 times less power. So yeah. And this is what I do with ores. When I can't like grind them or anything effectively. And yeah. No. You can't have holes. But yeah, see, you just kind of make a cool little cube out of it. And then we use the atomic disassembler on it. Because the atomic disassembler, much like a Fez, much like bow ties, it is cool. It is the coolest damned mining tool ever. May not be as powerful as some of Reika's stuff, but it's just damned handy to have. And boing, boing, boing. Ah, crap, that's right. You can only do that in creative. I don't know why creative allows you to go 3 blocks, but survival doesn't. That's annoying. But, you know, whatevs. No skin off my back and all that jazz. And there we go. And hey! Ooh. Listen to that pretty, pretty sound of all that experience and all that essence. And if it's not mining anything, it will not take any power. Also, holy shit. That's a lot of experience. And that's even more. Let's magnet this crap. And let us just get really experienced, because why not? And there we go. That's a massive amount of essence right there. Just bam. And that, my friends, is why I love the digital miner. And you can do that with damn near any ore. Works with yellowite, pitch blende, iron, gold, diamond. Yes, even diamond. It works with everything, and it's beautiful. I love it. So, I'm going to use this in a couple of more places, and I'll be back. How's that for essence dust? So much fun. Now then, let's get back home before we get mobbed. And I really need to recharge my things, as I took a little bit of damage, and I'm also incredibly anal. And besides, that gives us a chance to, to make things, which is good. I like things. I like making them. Making things is good. Oh no, whatever will I do? Oh, and now you can't get to me. Ain't that something? I know I'm taunting them, and I probably shouldn't, but I can't help it. It's a natural thing with me. So we're just gonna kind of nick all this essence dust, and we're gonna pick you back up, and we'll get the coal coke back in there. And that's 2,000 friggin' stuff. So, let's see, let's get our flux-infused jetpack thingy, put it in the energetic infuser, and let it work. And recharge, and boing, there we go. When we get that, we'll get some more coke, some more gunpowder, and we'll just sort of pop it into our blast furnace. Top it off, which is good. Let's see, it's at 47 million, drawing 10k RF attack. Alright, that is good by my standards. So, how's our magnetized shit? 3,300 Teslas. Or micro Teslas, rather. This one's still going strong, so, you know, using those is very easy. Very, very easy. And that's fine by me. We're gonna put our little jetpack thingy back on. What exactly are you grinding right now, Mr. Grinder? Grinding iron! Good. Okay. They're turning, they just don't look like they're turning. That's still rather distressing, but it could be a lot worse. So, we'll just kind of get all this. Put this in there. Get in there, damn you. You unruly thing! So, with all of our essence acquired, we're going to get our infusion stone, our weak infusion stone for right now, and just make tons of weak essence. Now that we've got the weak stone out of the way, we're gonna clear this, put the regular in there, and do the same thing we did with the dust to get regular essence. And then we'll get strong stone plus regulars plus ignoring the cat equals 38 strong essence. Good enough for me. So that should give us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Shite. Just a little bit off, but that should be fine actually. I got the ultra watery buckety thing, so not being able to do absolutely everything isn't a problem anymore. Watering can, you are my friend. You are my big friend. Now down with all this. How exactly are we going to get this from A to B? That's a very good question. Well, once we break all this, but I had more seeds than that. Oh well, who cares? So, actually, let's pick these two. Why not? They're there. They make coal. We need coal. So, actually, let's just leave these to kind of do their thing. We're gonna check in on this. 4257. That's fine by me. Again, doesn't use terribly much to make the stuff. Let's just kind of get in here and kill a few things, actually. For pleasure. Much better. Holy shit. That's a lot of experience extra. We're gonna get these mob heads. We're gonna not get splinched in the door. We're gonna turn that back on and have it run more. Hooray. And pop upstairs. Now then, it's time to start planning a little bit further. Shall we? I think we shall. Now then, processing production? Yes, fractionation unit. Requires a fuel line, mixer, base panel, 6 gold ingots. Not all that expensive. As you can see, you can only draw fuel out of the top. So, good thing to note. Now then, this thing requires 65 kilowatts of power at 8,192 rads a second. That's some pretty serious power. 8,192 rads a second. I really don't want to use up any more ethanol than I have to. So let me call up calculator here. By 256. So that would be a 32 times thingy. And I can only go up to 16, I think. Well, that's convenient. Well, I could do 2 4s, actually. Yeah, 4 times 4 is 16, so I could do... Yeah, that should work fine for a fractionator. Just run it off an AC engine, 2 4s. It doesn't need much, in fact, I don't think it needs anything in the way of torque. Yeah, it just needs speed. And of course, the faster speed you give it, the faster it'll operate. That's something we'll need to work on as well. We're gonna need to get something for tungsten. and that requires a lot of power. Boring machine, it's a really good auto miner. It really is. You know, good pump, obsidian factory. From what I remember, that can work really quickly if you give it like lots of stuff and lots of speed. So good thing to know. Also, a rock melter, which again is also really fun to play with because it makes lava, which is good for lots of things. Dew point aggregator, forgetting water. Refrigerator is used to make liquid nitrogen and dry ice. Into the grinder, extractor. But the main thing we'll want to run with our jet fuel is this, a pulse jet furnace. Why? Well, because, let's see here, we want to make blast glass, which requires obsidian and a pulse jet furnace. There's other things you can make in the pulse jet furnace. You can use it to melt down tools and such into their constituent components, but you need to be kind of careful with the pulse jet. There's a reason for this. It can, I believe, blow up if it gets too hot. Yeah. If it gets over 1,000 degrees Celsius, boosh, it's gone. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, you gotta be a little careful with it. But that is our, I don't want to say our main goal for now, but in a way it kind of is. So, you know, that is something we're going to need to work on. Or rather, to work toward. A few other things you could probably utilize. Ground sprinkler is good. It's a way to accelerate crops, as you can see. It is dependent on water pressure, so it's a good idea to use the liquid pipes with the pump. So, and you know, be careful with how much pressure you give it, obviously. Fertilizer, also extremely good. If you have like a skeleton seed crop or something to automatically make compost, it is extremely helpful. And the more torque you give it, the higher range it has. Up to, I think, like 32 meters. Which is amazing. And it accelerates things really quick. Like, really, really quick. These are ceiling sprinklers. They go, well, obviously, into the ceiling. Honestly, I think once I got these to work. You can't really use long pipelines of water for them. So keep that in mind. Woodcutter, excellent thing for auto farming trees. But like the grinder, don't stand in front or on top of it. It will kill you. And of course, the faster speed you give it, the better it is. Spawner controller, good for vanilla spawners, but honestly, I think you can use a diamond dolly to move those, so that might actually come in handy. I'll have to look into that. ECU, vacuum, heater. Heater is good for certain things, like the blast furnace and stuff like that. It can run off of coal or lava buckets, you know, anything that heats up a normal furnace. Friction heater, we've already covered that. ECU as well. Item refresher, it keeps things from despawning, which is good if, you know, you happen to drop something, or, you know, you want to keep mob drops around for some reason. Solar mirror, good for the solar thing, but requires blast glass. Unfortunately. Sorting machine. You know, I've never used this, but it sounds really good. And it's not all that expensive. Just requires a DC engine to run. That's actually really handy. Filling station will come in handy for Electrocraft, because you use this to fill up the superconductor wires with liquid nitrogen. Pipe pump. That gets stuck in pipes, increasing the overall flow rate, blah blah blah. It'll cause it to burst, which is not good. So kind of a repeater for water pressure. Heat ray. Heat ray is good when you get up to the point of making a tokamak, which is a fusion reactor, because you'll need that to preheat the plasma, but that's a long ways off. Landmines, lasers, containment fields. Containment field is the opposite of a force field. It keeps things in instead of pushing them out. As you can see, Nether Star, so we're not going to be bothering with that for a while. Van de Graaff shocks things and can also be useful. Can't use CCTV, unfortunately, although that would be pretty cool. Mob radar, GPRs. This whole thing just is got a lot of handy stuff in it. And some of it, it doesn't seem immediately useful, but give it a little bit of TLC and it can work wonders. Floodlight, an exceptionally good light. It sends light for like a massive amount of length, which is good if you need to fill a particularly long room with light. Let's see here. Anything else? Bright lamp. Needs a wind spring. I'm not too fond of wind springs. They're finicky and difficult to automate. Beam mirror. Huh. I didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool. I might be able to use that. Defoliator. Will also kill animals, which we don't technically want. Grindstone, good for repairing things, but it doesn't get them all the way up to max. So, we've covered pneumatic item pumps, autocrafter, and all the various tools and resources. And that's the basic run through of some of the good shit in Rotary Craft. I think that'll be it for now. Kind of running low on time. I'm recording this rather late, so I figured I'd get this out of the way because I've been I really have been just dying to get back into this and have some fun with it. Run a little bit more, get a little bit closer to doing all the good shit I want to do. So I'll catch you guys later. And next episode, we shall be moving even further toward getting our good friend jet fuel. So I'll catch you guys later, and have fun.